What do you do when you have an entire storage unit full of fabric and you have no idea which one to show off next because it's just a little too overwhelming? What I chose to do was to ask my lovely members of my YouTube channel to see which ones I should pick. Because really, I had no idea which ones to pick, so they were very helpful. And after attempt number 1 of the live stream epically failed, I don't know if this is gonna do this. Oh, scheiße. Oh my god. We regrouped and tried again. And this time around, it was much easier for the community to say yes or no to certain fabrics. And so that's what I'm doing today, is I will be sharing with you all of the fabrics that you, my YouTube members, picked. And if you would like to join, you can click the button down below to be a part of these fun little extras on the backside of things. That could be taken the wrong way, but anyway. Oh my god, with the leaf blowing. And while I would like nothing more than to go like this the entire time to hide all the fabric from you, I'm not going to all unblur it now because, well, it's more fun if you can squeak your eyes around to see what's behind me. But you won't have to wait any longer because let's get started with this one! Nope. This one is quite the crazy double knit. Look at that yellow and purple. It's kind of ridiculous. So this super fun double knit is yellow and purple. It sort of has kind of a gingham look through here. It's really just a giant plaid. It does have decent amount of stretch. 2 ways, 4 ways, it's not the greatest, but it does have some give. But overall, it's very 1970s. Next up is, oh yeah, this one's cute. Again, grab your water cups because I have a feeling I'll be saying that a lot through this video. This one is a gingham, a double knit, and a floral print all in one. So this is a light brown and white with a pretty bright blue leaning toward teal, but not actually teal floral. It's quite the fabric. Again, it's gonna have that stretch, the really good stretch 2 ways and dubious the 4 way, but it does have a little bit of give all the way around. These are both a little on the thicker side. They're not supremely thick or plush like some of the other double knits that have come out of this estate sale, but they are a little bit on the thicker side, so it's gonna be a better like spring, winter, fall. I don't know if I would wear this in the summer. It was probably gonna be a little warm. And a cotton, I think. Maybe? Yeah, cotton, I'll be darned. See, every once in a while there is actually cotton in this lot. And the nice thing about this fabric is that it has a twin. Button peach. Peaches, 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 peach. Oh, you're actually slightly different. Oh, my bad. Okay, so they're, what is it they do in the makeup videos? Sisters, not twins? They're pretty daggone close. The white, however, is definitely 100% cotton. The peach feels like there's a little bit of a blend in there. So it's gonna be a little bit of poly in this one, but the white is definitely 100% cotton. And what these are going to be a cotton, but with printing on it. So while you have seen others of this lot that are flocked, also known as they have like a little bit of a velvet adhered to it, this is going to be fully printed. So this is a white print on peach. And this one, for better for worse, is a white on white. So it's just meant for a little bit of depth. You're not actually meant to see the flowers. They are both on the semi-sheer side. Just know that going in. You probably need to line these, but they're both very soft, very light. Exactly what I feel like would have been made for my Easter dress way back in the day. And now we just wanted some pink, which is fine. We do love a good pink. What I do like about this one is this little tag, right? Wait, have you been rebolted? I don't think you rayon. Yeah, I'm gonna say this has been rebolted. This is cotton. Dusty. Did I mention that you should always wash any of the fabrics from this lot? Always wash them. So, yeah, that's a bummer. I was really hoping it was gonna be this cute little undercurrent tag. It is not, because this was for 100% rayon, which this is not. It is, however, a very cute solid pink from the 1970s. There is going to be a little bit of a fade line, unfortunately. And while it is the most intense on this exterior, it does travel all the way through the bolt. So that is just something to know as you're trying to like piece it or turn it into something, that you will have some patches where it is a little bit lighter throughout. So either giving it a good dye job beforehand or just doing a patchwork would also work. Okay, here is the tag that I definitely thought was correct. Moving on to this plushie number. Plushie McDouble knit. Can I get a fry with that? No. I make myself laugh some days. At least someone's laughing. I hope you are too. But this absolutely cuckoo chew thing is wild. It is a plush double knit this go around with a teal kind of creamy blue with a slight black gray. Listen, there's a lot of colors happening here and they're all in like the teal family. And none of them really are quite exactly cream or exactly black. They all have this teal hue. Is that because of how it was stored? Is that because that's the way it was made? Unclear. Can't ask the manufacturers now because, well, pretty sure they're out of business. But either way, this is super fun. This is very warm. I do like how warm it is if you're in cold weather. This is not what I would say is a good summer fabric, but it is a fun, crazy fabric that if you make it up real quick, you'll get lots of use of it before the spring. This one supposedly even has a name. So it's by Bentex, and apparently the name is called Elizabeth. 100% polyester double knit machine wash. Well, that's all good to know. We love information. And that information is actually why I didn't debolt all of these. Also, that would have taken way longer. And if you're wondering, Stephanie, where exactly can I get all of these fabrics? The answer is my website. At backroomfinds.com, I list all of my fabrics, all of my patterns, notions, everything from this estate sale is going there. And while I do appreciate all of you that do go and shop with me, I do hold off all of the launchings until a half hour after I launch the video so that everyone can watch the video, decide what they want, and then go buy what you would like. But let's keep looking at fabric. Oh, that was a bad grab. That one. Oh yeah, this one. This one's so cute. So this one I did take off of the bolt because it is there's not a whole lot here. I'm not gonna lie. It's also because it's really adorable. It's a double knit polyester, light blue, white, and yellow floral print. It's so 70s. Like when I think of 70s, this is what I'm thinking of, like late 60s, early 70s. And like you can see here, like the daisies are not small. They are quite large as far as that goes. And I do believe there's about 2 yards of this available. You will need to clean it because there is going to be some patches of staining on here, but it's so cute. This is also, again, on the warmer side, so I would advise just preparing for that. But I can see like a cute little Easter dress out of this or an Easter outfit, either way. This reads very Easter is what I'm trying to say. To be fair, I think that's what most of these lot are because my members have good taste and are much better about being on time seasonally than I am, says the woman sitting in all black in January as February starts to come up. Meh, it is what it is. Oh boy, you're big.
That's what she said.
Oh, and you're heavy. So if you have been here since the original estate sale video, this is a smaller version of that crazy blue houndstooth that I found in that one. And this is a much smaller print. Now this is another one of the backed fabrics as well. It's almost like a stripe if a stripe was one of those 3D posters that were on the wall of every single dentist's office in the 90s and early 2000s. That's what this would be, like their version of a stripe. It does have a couple little holes in the backing just from age, poor storage. But either way, thankfully, most of this, there is a little bit of discoloration on the back of the backing itself, but it does not transfer to the front. And there is so much of this. Oh, and it's heavy. This one is next. Cutesy pootsy little purple. Cutesy pootsy. Sure, Steph. Who am I today? If we're living in the world of sisters not twins, this is the sister fabric to the teal. This one, however, is much more swirly, and you can see here the swirls are quite large. Like that is my hand. That is almost the size of an entire swirl. So it is a very large scale print, and it is, again, it's that sort of plush double knit that does have a little bit of texture to it. It is on the thicker side again, but it's very loud, very fun, very 60s, 70s. One more in this rack. Another backed fabric. And this one is stripes with a little bit of diamond print. I'm just going to be honest when I say the following, that this feels like my grandmother's couch. It's not upholstery fabric. I mean, maybe it was. Maybe it could be upholstery fabric. I mean, backed fabric, sure. But this, I swear, this was my grandmother's couch, but just like a thicker version of this. Thankfully though, the backing on this one does look quite nice, and so does the front in this like orange, yellow, cream, slightly tan moment. And this one does actually tell us on the end what it is. This one is the Belding Corticelli Fresh and Fancy. Whoo, fancy! 100% turbo Orlon acrylic, 100% acetate backing, machine washable, low setting. 105 degrees is your low? Good God. All right, now for the thing directly behind me. Ta-da! Honest to God, one of my favorite fabrics. So like it gives off a polka dot feel, but it's tiny flowers. It's little tiny flowers. Now it is a polyester double knit, and so it is a little bit on the plusher, warmer side, but like just look at that. It's so ridiculous. It's amazing. I could envision it as like a really good structured A-line maxi skirt to get maximum appeal. I'm also a tall human being, so that would work really well on me. I know that doesn't always work on the shorter of stature folks, but this print is just absolutely to die for. And now they picked Stripey Town. So part of what members were told me they were looking for was Easter themed and spring themed and lightweight fabrics. This is all three for me. This is a green and white polyester. It's a very light polyester, not one of the crepes. So it doesn't have to have that much structure. It could be a really good lining. It could actually, ooh, the lining on the inside of like a green jacket for, yeah, that'd be cute. But yeah, it is a little bit on the slippery, slinky, slidey versions. For this Ultressa gingham stripe, Barbados green and white. This actually is probably exactly what that says. Cute. Am I absolutely going to make you wait for the best fabric until the very end of the video? Yes, I sure am. I just set it under the table so that you can't even squeak a peek of it. But for now, we move into Purple Town. Ah, so good. I do tend to believe what is on the end of the bolt here where it says white and violet. Look at how pretty this purple is. It feels like a mid-weight cotton or linen. I have not done a burn test yet. I will to see what content this is, to see if there's any polyester hiding in here. This is so nice. When my worker came to photograph this, I was like, do I need that? I don't need that. So, this is why the purple stuff gets listed. Purple gets listed so it doesn't stay in my house, because I would just hoard all the purple. So I want to share the purple with the world because purple lovers unite. Although like I'm purple and black, so it's Haunted Mansion colors, just Haunted Mansion, me, that it all tracks, right? But yes, I really love this. It's a really good, like a mid-weight linen, not lightweight like summer weight, but this would be a very good spring color for any type of like pants. Oh, like one of those big oversized, not jumpsuits, overalls, like the big oversized overalls. This would be really cute in that. And next we have more purple. This is a slightly darker shade of purple though. Not sure why I hid my face to say that. And fun fact, it is definitely not what's on the end of the bolt because it is not black and it is not acetate. I want to say, again, this is another one I'll do a burn test on. It feels like a cotton linen, a stiffer version. But again, there's just something really lovely. This one is much more striped as the other one reads much more of a solid. You can see the stripes running through here, which really I think gives us a nicer tone. And it does have a lot of like the slubs and the slightly uneven for those of us that are not the most delicate on fabric. We love this because guess what? You can't really tell when you snag it and then have to try and fix it. We love a good slubby fabric. This is another really good one that I'm very glad my members picked so that I hopefully don't keep it all and someone out there make something lovely with it. Speaking of making something lovely with it, when you do go forth and make things with my patterns, the fabrics, anything that I found here or on Instagram, I would really love it to start a hashtag. Is it 2004 and that sounds kind of lame coming out of my mouth? Yes. Am I doing it anyway? Also yes. So what I decided is I asked you over on Instagram what we should tag it, and everyone came across with and agreed with hashtag backroom makes. Don't make it weird. So as you go through and you're making things, please do feel free to tag not only me at Backroom Finds on Instagram, but also put the hashtag BackroomMakes. That way everyone else can start to see all the fun things that have come out of this estate sale or other things that I find, and who knows if I find another estate sale that I might buy. Also, if you have an idea of a lead on that, please let me know, because I'm curious. I'm curious. No, I'm not there yet, but I'm curious. We're estate sale curious at this point. I don't know why I'm like this. So now, oh no, I grabbed two at once. Let's do this one. You're a double knit, and you are the super fun, I mean, you think the swirls were large. Look at the size of this. I think it's supposed to be a paisley versus my head. So this is another very large scale pink and slightly light purple double knit. There is no information on this bolt, so, you know, go with God. But I know it's polyester, and I know it's double knit. And this one also has not only like, it has the same like slight stretch this direction, a better stretch this way across, from selvage to selvage, good stretch. From end to end, stretch. One of these days I will learn the real terms. I don't know when that day will be. But this one actually has quite a beefy little texture on it. All that white that you see through there is actually raised. So you can feel all of those little bumps all the way through. And sadly, there's not too much of her, but there's probably just enough for like one person to make a really nice outfit out of. But I tend to make giant outfits, so maybe I'm just weird. I like volume. Now, the one that I absolutely tossed to the floor. Yellow! Very bright yellow lino weave. So bright, I don't even know if this will capture well ever. I mean, it looks quite right here, actually. This looks correct. But this is lemon yellow lino weave. It is very pretty. It's very sheer, but you can see through here, like just how sheer that is. This is it is polyester, but it's actually very soft polyester. It does still feel like plastic because you just can't avoid that. In vintage fabrics, you can't avoid that. But this is so lovely. And you really don't see a whole lot of this style of fabric being made now. So that's why I really like finding things like this. I believe there's also a pink that I found already on my website that is also very similar to this. So yeah, I love a good lino dimity weave. This one is not dimity because it doesn't have the bars, but it is a lino weave because it does have that more open texture. I know a few things. I know enough to be dangerous. That's really what it is. Moving on to pink floral. Pink polyester floral, to be very clear. Very sweet little pink and blue flowers on polyester. But this is one of the lighter ones, so like you could do a lining out of this. You could do a little girl's floofy dress, as my daughter calls them. You know, the ones with all the gathers. It is quite nice. It is on the paler pink side. I don't know how well the coloring will show up, but it is quite lovely. It's a little soft, it's a little slippery on the backside especially. It's not something I would ever sew with personally for myself or my daughter because she, like me, is not gentle on fibers. So we need things a little bit more sturdy than this. But if there are folks that have like little wee ones to sew for or want a really good lining for a really like fabulous pink coat, absolutely. And green, sheer green, very sheer. Don't know if you can actually see me, but I can see the camera. So this is going to be 65-35, definitely. Wowzers, that's, yup. Polyester cotton, it is called Grotto Green, and it is very sheer. More sheer than the lino weave is. So this is something that I would use to build something up. So like to build a color to get it to this lovely green. It does also have some really nice striations through here, which while they do lose a little bit of impact underneath with the skin tone, but they are still visible. So it does just add like a nice little texture. I'd love to see this with like as an overlayer with like a slip dress underneath. I think it'd be really nice. And last one for this row, heavy and loud. This is the most abstract version of houndstooth that I have, not even really houndstooth, because it doesn't quite go there. It's also not really a plaid, but it is loud. That's what I know. This is like a nice red orange white. So it's not a super bright orange, but it is that red orange off. It's sort of like, yeah, you can kind of see a bit better here, the coloring, because that's the same color as the front. But it, you know, it's not really a houndstooth. It's almost a diamond print, but then there's a little hashtag, a little like leg thing on it. And so while I don't fully understand this fabric, I do hope that someone out there loves it and gives it a new home. Cause it ain't staying here. And now we get a 2-for-1. Oh God, those are heavy. So these are actually 2 of the exact same style of fabric in 2 different colorways. And while we have seen that here on this channel before when I found the bark cloth from the original haul, this is going to be like a tangerine orange. Oh, and like a periwinkle purple with white speckles throughout. And I believe actually I have this in a green still that's also listed on my website. So I will try and find all 3 of those and list them all together so that way you can pick between the orange, the purple, and the green. But what I can tell you is I love the fact that the bolts are the same still. So these never got rebolted. And you can sort of see here just cloth of gold. I will say this does have the texture of kettle cloth. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? Is that a tag? We love a good tag. 50 years, land of sky, mountainous part of the Carolinas. So wait, cloth of gold was from the Carolinas. And this is all from South Carolina. I want to know where this I'm gonna go look up where this factory was. Yeah, unfortunately there's no content on this. There is a vague remnant of a content here where it says 50/50 polyester cotton. But for the life of me, I have no idea what the other thing says. There's something else there. I can't read it. Oh, this one, you can see it says illusion. That doesn't really help us. That's probably just the name of the style. Either way, these feel like a kettle cloth and they kind of act like the kettle cloth, but slightly lighter. So they are thicker. They're going to be 50/50, so polyester cotton, but they're going to hold their shape after they're sewn a little better. So like kids' play clothes, overalls, a good, short all for the summer. Oh my gosh, short alls in these colors. Oh, that would be so cute. But yes, I love it when I find colorways, and now I really do want to know where this fabric or this factory was. If anyone out there knows where it was or worked there, I would love to have you chat with me down in the comments and maybe we can figure out a way to chat, because I would love to find the original factory. Not like I think it's still in use or like there's like hidden gems there. I just want to know. I'd love to go see if it's left. Has it been repurposed? Urban exploration, but done the correct way, not the way that gets you arrested. And now, lilac. This is going to be another one of the polyester crepes that I have found. It's going to be like the whipped cream style of polyester. I will say that while this lilac is quite lovely, it is stained. So this will be quite cheap because you'll either need to dye it or just use scraps of it, because unfortunately this stain that you see through here goes all the way through the bolt on the side. So it is not one that will be worth a lot of money. It is just one that will be priced cheaply so that others can enjoy it. Dye it, use it as accent pieces, because there is some sections you can see here. You have about 2 turns, obviously, before you get to the next one. So you've got about 18 inches of okay fabric. It does also have some other stains like here on the edge, just from water damage. But this one isn't one that feels like it's going to fall apart afterwards. It just feels like it got water stained, not water damaged per se. More purple. And while this really feels like kettle cloth, according to the side, it's not. According to the side, this is Ultima, so 65% polyester, 35% rayon. I don't know if I believe that. This feels like almost like the other ones we just saw, just without all the white specking along the side. I think this has been rebolted, but it does feel like a lovely purple, almost kettle cloth style, 50/50 probably polyester cotton. Wow. There's a couple yards on here. It's not going to be too many, but I just love this purple color. If there was more, I would probably keep it. But again, I am not allowed to keep everything because I am not supposed to have a house that rivals the estate sale when I'm done with this.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Oh, there's one on the floor. Come here. And now for those of you that have been asking, Stephanie, where's the seersucker? Honestly, there's been very little of it. There have been occasional pieces that then fly out the store, but they're like a really dark color. But I did find some light color seersucker. That's wide seersucker. It's white and muslin colored. Like that light cream, like a drop cloth. They seersuckered drop cloth. I don't understand why. On the side it does say 50/50 polyester cotton. So it is that mid-weight So it's not going to be really terribly good for light wear stuff. But I guess if you wanted to like dye these and turn them fun colors, because these would be fun when they're dyed, because especially this one would add a lot of texture because of all these little dark flecks that you see here through the seersucker. Would love to know what that was. What were you? What did you get made into? Yeah, because there's not 12 yards on here. So someone bought this and did something with it. I would like to know what that was. And in case you're wondering why I have trust issues when it comes to bolts of fabric, things like this. This is a lovely, potentially cotton linen blend. What it is not, that's upside down. It's not this, can guarantee. So in case you're ever wondering why I have trust issues with the end of the bolt sometimes, this is why. This. But either way, this is a very, very lovely pink. It's a very deep, rich pink. It's got a good enough structure to make something like a nice blazer, a nice structured skirt, a nice pair of pants. Ooh, wide leg pants in this would be kind of rad. Because it has that type of structure, but it is not polyester crepe. Just so we're clear. Speaking of things that I don't fully understand why the choices were made, this is, obviously it's purple and it's amazing and I really enjoy it. But then I went, are you corduroy? And I opened it up and no, it's not corduroy. But it's also not really seersucker. But it is sort of seersucker, but it's not, because the seersucker look is done with threading. I don't really know what's happening here. It's mid-weight, and this time I do believe the end of the bolt where it says 100% cotton. But like, what in the fluffernutter is happening here? Look at this. I can move all of those fibers. Those are all movable. What is happening? I don't really know. Maybe because I'm a 90s child. I can see these as like a pair of overalls. Also because I'm pretty sure I owned a pair of purple overalls from the 90s. I do not think there is a picture of them, but I can distinctly remember them. Either that or they were my mother's. Unclear. But they were definitely corduroy. They were not whatever this is. This is really intriguing fabric. And I just don't know what to do with it, which is why, again, this purple will find a new home. Because I don't know what to do with you. And now the members wanted more solids. These are not the same, but they are both kind of just solid colors, and so I wanted to share them at the same time. On this side here, you have got one of the most well-made polyester chiffons I have ever felt. When I saw the edge of this bolt, one, I believed it. This is a made in Japan fabric. It is so soft. It's a lovely, like burnt orange color. Ooh. I think someone who loves fall, like Rachel Maxey, or maybe Dress Me Up Scotty, somebody like that, turning this into like some amazing fall gown. Ooh, or Christina. Someone like that who like lives in a place where you can wear fall clothing and doesn't have to sweat their ever-loving everything off in October, needs to buy this so they can make something amazing with it. Because it is just the drapiest thing, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And then next to her, you have got a lovely little light yellow. This is not nearly as bright as the other one. This is a light yellow whipped polyester, like the purple lilac we saw earlier. But this one has got fade lines just from sun. So that is just something to deal with on this one. But they're just so lovely. And I liked these colors together, actually. Maybe I'm the only one, but I think it would look quite lovely. Speaking of solid color chiffons, this one is a polyester chiffon. This one is a made in the USA. It's a slight bit scratchier than the other one. It's still fantastic, but it's just a slight bit scratchier. But this is a super, look at the bright pink on this. And there is so much of it. I know it doesn't look like a whole lot, but when you get these light color fabrics, you can sort of see here how I can just like run my fingers down and look at all that yardage. There's so many yards on this. So this will make a lot of fun projects for lots of fun people. And well, sometimes you have twins and sisters. This set is actually, if you can believe it, these top two fabrics are silk broadcloth. How do I know this? Is it on the end of the bolt? No, of course not. So how do I know this? How am I sure that it's silk? Well, number one, the burn test smell tells me it's silk. And number two, there was a little tiny pin on the one that I might have had to wash because it was really nasty that said silk broadcloth, and I only realized it after I had put it in the water.
No! God, please, no! No!
So yeah, I dyed a little inside, but it's still fine. It's still usable. It just needs to be ironed, but it has been washed. Unlike these two, this blue and this tan, which have not. And I will not wash these. I will let whoever takes these clean them of their own. Had I known the first one was silk, I would not have done it. But these two, while they are silk, then you have their cotton friend down below. And you might be thinking, wow, that looks really similar to this silk one here. Like, these two look shockingly similar. Huh. Trust me when I say they don't. This blue is so radiant, it almost makes me slightly sick. The stripes are so crisp and so blue versus the so white on this. And it's a nice lightweight material. Like, it is not super heavy. I don't honestly know. I guess you could do a nice lined skirt so you could make yourself little chevrons, but man, oh man, this stuff is bright. Versus the silk, which is basically the same color on the right side and the wrong side. Like, they are these more muted colors, whereas this guy is like, wham, punch you in the face level of blue. Speaking of stripes, let's bring in some green stripes. This is like a green gradient stripe, and you can see very sheer. And so you can kind of see with my hand underneath here, like how the colors sort of fade away. But if you put it on the table, then it's really noticeable that there's a green, there's a little bit of red, there's a little bit of yellow, there's some white. This would make a really nice summer shirt or just a summer set because it's so light and airy. Like, this is Florida approved right here. Absolutely. Because we get hot down here. Supposedly it's called Hazy Days. Do I know if that's the real name? No, I don't. And that's literally the only information on it, which we just love. Oh no, wait, it says on here 65-35 poly cotton. Yeah, maybe. And now, peach. So the end of the bolt, what I can read of it left says sheer smash. 50% polyester, 50% cotton. And the reason why I backtook, because I was like, oh no, this isn't sheer, yeah. On the end, it says apricot, however you pronounce it. I don't eat that fruit, so I don't really care. That's about the color that I would describe this as. So, like, maybe? Let's see how sheer smashing it is. Because we know we have a good drape, and we've got good flow going on here. Like, that's really nice. It flows really well. But, like, it's a little sheer, but it's not, like, sheer smashed me. Things like those chiffons that are just, like, perfectly see-through. So I don't know. Maybe this is the right one. I don't know. But either way, it is a very lovely peach and white. Apricot and white, if the bolt is correct. And now for more twinsies. I love finding a good print match in two different colorways. It really is just so good. And this has to be one of the better ones. Look at this green versus the orange. The blue flowers on this one, the peach flowers here. It's just lovely. It is a brushed polyester double knit, so it's gonna be that slicker style. Oh, this would make such a great caftan or a muumuu. Either one of these would be absolutely lovely in that. And you can see here another one from Cloth of Gold here. Double knit 100% polyester. Now I will say on the end here of this green bolt, they didn't do quite as well getting the print all the way to the end. Whereas on this bolt, you can see they did a much better job. So just be advised, if you're buying the darker green one, you might add just a little bit of extra yardage to compensate for the fact that the factory left you like 2 inches of white space instead of, an appropriate 1/2 inch. We're not mad about it. We're just acknowledging so that everyone knows before they buy it and go, why is there's this huge white space? Well, that's why. Oh, 3 more before the best one. Now, what do you see here? Tell me. Because all I see is what would happen if you gave Rorschach a prompt that said, draw a rose bundle. Like, either that or what if camo met a rose bundle? I don't know. This is some type of very odd, almost camo. It's another poly double knit. It's definitely roses when you lean back and squint. Again, think the magic eye in the dentist office. It's not necessarily a bad print. It's just really intriguing. And it does read better from afar than it does up close. It's like, what am I looking at? It's like if you were to do the mine puzzles, like that's what I feel like this is. Like, oh, no, don't go there. Oh, do. It is on a cream background, not a white background. So at least you're not going to have to go against a solid white. but it's very intriguing. And do I believe the end of the bolt? I don't know. Do I? Nylon? I do not believe this is a nylon. Could I be wrong? Sure. Am I? Nylon and polyester burn pretty similar, so 2 more? I have no words. It is so very trippy because the stitching is done in a zigzag all the way through. But the background is this weird wave thing, so while the stitches are going and the waves are going in different directions, it kind of hurts my eyeballs just a little bit. It is a polyester double knit. There is a lot of it. And well, I don't honestly know. This is one of those bolts that I just go, huh? What were we? It's fine. It was the 70s, and that sometimes, friends, is the only explanation you need. And now to the yellow. This is quite an intriguing little bolt because it has the tag to go along with it. This is what they called, the brand called, let's be real clear here. All the brands could call them whatever they wanted. It's called Summacool. Summakool. I cannot think of a more better term arrived from the 70s or 80s. Arrived either way. So this is a Micheline fabric. You can see here. Don't hit me on the head. And it is 100% polyester double knit, but it is thin. It is very, very thin. So this is a white with yellow. You can see the threading on this wrong side of the fabric here. It has decent stretch, but it is so lightweight. I really do think they were aiming to go for a summer double knit because they couldn't think of a way to make double knits fashionable in not the spring and fall because they were so thick. So they tried this. Was it successful? I don't really know. It's the only bolt so far that I found of this style, so maybe it was successful. I didn't live through that time frame, so I wouldn't know. If you had anything made out of this, or knew of, or have heard of this fabric before, sound off in the comments, let us know. Was it a good seller? Did you have lots of clothes made for you? Did you make lots of clothes from it? I would love to know. But I do actually kind of like it, but I don't wear white and yellow because neither of those go with my very pale, ghost-like, glow-in-the-dark complexion here. So I do not want to keep this one. If it had been in a darker shade, that would have been an intriguing little adventure into polyester. Now there is one more fabric, which is unfortunately in a bath at this current time. So I cannot show you right here, but I will insert some footage of it once it's dry because it is the cutest little novelty letter and daisy print. It was unfortunately quite damaged when I pulled it off the bolt, but there's so much of it that I am determined to try and save this one. It wasn't so damaged that I felt the need to immediately yeet it from the planet, but it was definitely more damaged than just, I can cut it and sell it and disclose the issues. No. We were not there. We're in this middle ground. So I am desperately trying to save this piece because it is so cute. And even if I just have to find it and cut it and make it into pieces and turn it into a patchwork dress or sell squares it's so cute. I love it so much. I hope you all just got really hydrated because I said cute 4,000 times. Now, the best fabric in the lot. This time around, we have novelty print. That's right. And I am, at this time I'll go a cautious 85% sure this is linen. Now, it is probably drape linen, so kitchen drapes, living room, because I thought it was coins originally. Someone else saw plates. So the question is, what do you see? Coins or plates? But either way, it is a lovely linen. It does need a little bit of a soak. There is some discoloration here on the edges, but there is enough here for at least a set of cafe curtains or maybe one set of living room curtains, not 2 sets. So we're not going to be able to do your whole house in this. And you can see just how cute, there's a little bird thing, a little chicken thing. They're very amorphous, so you can see what you will, but this is by far the absolute best. And you know what? I believe the end here because it says right here, 100% pure linen. But yes, that is the best fabric of this lot. And I do want to thank all of you for sticking with me all the way through. If you have made it to the end, know that right now, all of this fabric is going to be live on my website, backroomfinds.com. If you did enjoy this type of shenanigans, I would advise that you go check out this one right here, where I listed a whole bunch of trim. A lot of trim. And YouTube, in its infinite wisdom, thinks you'll like that one right there. Until next time, friends, I hope you're sewing in chaos, because I know I am. Bye. We're just gonna go even though my neighbor is leaf blowing. Again, like they always do.